Warner Brothers had a $38 billion debt. Okay? Warner Brothers had a $38 billion debt. David Zaslav was brought in to fix this. Okay? Offset this and get rid of the debt so we can basically piece off DC and other franchises for sale. It's going to happen. Everybody pretty much agrees that Comcast Universal is the one that's going to pretty much either buy the majority of DC or a huge chunk of DC. Warner Brothers will be bought off by somebody else. But let me show y'all what these white folk done did. I thought it was illegal to set up another company to move bad debt from one company to another and then keep all the good stuff in another company. I thought that's illegal. Let me show you, and when, this all ties into Academics' point. Let me show you what Warner Brothers has done. Oh, come on, share, yes, share it as an image, yes. Okay, I thought this would be illegal, but it's going to go through. 2026 is when we will see the official separation of company with bad debt, bad Warner Brothers debt, and then companies in good standing. And then you're going to see everything kind of get sold off in package deals, okay? Package. This should be wholly illegal. So, and when I hear these discussions about Superman doesn't need to be profitable, doesn't need to make that much money, this company's $38 billion in debt. Okay, let me pull up the company split. This is insane. This should be illegal. This should be illegal. Okay. Here we go. Almost there, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with your boy. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. Look at this here. They created a brand new company. Okay. So all the bad stuff is on the right. Warner Brothers Discovery Global Networks is the brand new entity that they've created to shift all the bad debt. $38 billion of bad debt is going into the Warner Brothers Discovery Global Networks. This should be illegal. Look at all the companies. Yeah. Thank you, Techie. That's exactly what Elon Musk did. Create a whole new company just to take on the bad debt. Right? Look at all the companies that will eventually be sold off what they deem bad debt. The Discovery Channel, the BNR, the Home and Garden TV, CNN. Right? Eurosport, TLC, TNT, Cartoon Network, Food Network, TBS, D-Max, Adult Swim, Major League Baseball, the Olympics, Discovery Plus, TNT Sports. This is the bad debt. You know what they're going to keep as good? The Warner Brothers, DC Studios, HBO Max, New Line Cinema, TNT Sports. Okay? Yes. Now, can you imagine Comcast Universal with Harry Potter, DC properties? It would, if Comcast eventually ends up buying DC or DC properties, it will put them on par to rival Disney. Okay? Comcast Universal, if it acquires DC, which we pretty much all assume it will, it would put it as a direct competitor to Disney. Okay? This should be illegal. Yes, this is part of the reason why it went back from HBO back to HBO Max. You gotta make it pretty. You gotta dress the package up to make it pretty for sale. Okay, this is insane. So this is all the bad channels. This entity over here on the left, bad debt. This is where all your bad debt's going. This is where $38 billion of bad debt is going to go into the Warner Brothers Global Networks. Okay, it'll be sold for cheap, but the Warner Brothers streaming and studios will be sold for billions of dollars. How many billions is beyond me? Maybe, I don't know. Now the question is, does Zaslav, do you bring him in to tank everything so it can be sold for cheap, or do you bring him in to dress it up to make it prettier to get more money when you do sell it? That's what David Zaslav was brought in. We said this 2-3 years ago when they brought him in. That's what he does. He goes in, he guts everything, strips it down, and then packages shit for sale. That's what he was brought in to do. Okay. All right. It's nasty work. It's nasty work. Yeah. Where is Techie's chat? Where you at? Where you at, Techie? Yeah, here's the link. This is exactly what Elon Musk did. And nobody really said anything. This is what he did. He sold X to his own company for $33 billion in an all-stock deal. This is exactly what he did. Right? He said the deal values at about $80 billion and X at $33 billion. Let's see. Bought Twitter for $44 billion in 2022. Look at it. XAI and X's futures are intertwined. Today, we officially take the step to combine the data, models, compute distribution, and talent. This combination will unlock immense potential by blending XAI's advanced AI capability and expertise with X's massive reach. The combined company will deliver smarter, more meaningful experiences to billions of people while staying true to our core mission of seeking truth and advancing knowledge. This should be illegal. This should be illegal. Yes, Zaslav is a NBC Universal guy. Yes. That's why we all pretty much feel Universal will be the ones to buy a lot of that DC property. Amazon could, but they just bought the James Bond franchise for $1 billion. They're kind of cash poor right now, so they need to sit down. Matt, listen, Amazon's got James Bond, they got the Warhammer cinematic universe, they got the Lords of the Rings. They're okay. They're chilling. I guess the only company that people really want to see scoop this thing up is Comcast Universal. Christopher Nolan's over there, Universal, just waiting to get his hands back on DC. Remember, that's why he left DC, right? Warner Brothers gave him a $10 million check for Tenet as a thank you, hoping he would stay. He left, took the money and ran. Okay? Christopher Nolan is the architect of the DCEU. Christopher Nolan said, hey, Zach, I need you to direct Man of Steel. Okay? Christopher Nolan was, I want to call him the puppet master, but he was the inspiration. Like, he was the guy that said, hey, this is the universe you're trying to build. I rock with it. So people are just waiting. That's the consensus, is that Comcast buys up DC and gives everything back to Zach to kind of rebrand and reignite the DCEU. Now, the only question is, really is, once again, this is going to go through 2026 January. It will be sold. I guess the only thing is if Superman will prolong it. If Superman's successful, you're still gonna get your little stinking ass DCU universe comedy, silly childish shit. You're gonna get James Gunn's college humor with whitey tighties and jokes. But if it fails, it will speed everything up. They'll just blow it all up. You get the Supergirl movie, and then you get the Lanterns. Clayface will be dead in the water, and they'll just get ready for it to be sold. Okay, so if Superman is successful, you're just staving it off until another 3 years, worst case. But this thing is going through in 2026, next year, January of next year. They will be officially split into two different entities, and it's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. All right, okay. Listen, yeah. And they keep renewing them shits for another season. They just renewed Lord of the Rings for another season. And I'm just like, why? You know? I'm here for it.